Hi, I'm Amy Dowling here at Fusion Pilates. Today we're going to talk about another hip stretch that can be a nice way to open the deep external rotators and the glute. So these are muscles that live on the back of the hip and often get very tight and overused. So you're going to start on your back. And to start with, we're just going to cross one leg over the other. And I want you to do this little back and forth motion. So we want to encourage the deep hip to kind of open up and release. We want to bring a little bit of circulation there before we start to work on an actual stretch. So you would do this probably 10 to 15 times. And then after you've done that, I want you to bring yourself into a tight cross of the legs and then float the standing leg over to that side. So we're going to reach the whole leg and hip. I'm trying to align this knee with this shoulder. And then you're going to grab onto this leg and start to pull it towards that shoulder. So I'm trying to draw my knee to my opposite shoulder. And you'll feel this stretch a little bit more in the glute than you will the deep rotators. But it will just depend on where you're the tightest, and as long as you're feeling a stretch, you're in the right neighborhood. So you want to do a couple of these reaches, and then you're going to hold and breathe into it. So here we've gone from kind of a dynamic stretch to a static stretch. And this is an important component to encourage more length. So you want to breathe into that shape. And then after 3 or 4 breath cycles, you want to go back into that releasing again. So we're just encouraging that movement. And again, I'm not drawing this knee to the same shoulder. I'm trying to draw it to the opposite shoulder. If you want to challenge this a bit more, you could get the bottom leg involved and you'll start to feel a little bit more movement and a little bit more stretch. But that's not necessary. It's more about drawing this knee to this shoulder. And then after a few times that you've done that kind of flossing of the tissue, you want to breathe and hold. And so I'm feeling this all around the back of the glute, which is a little bit different from the piriformis stretch, which I'll show you in a moment. So you breathe here for a few breath cycles, let that go. You want to uncross the legs, do a little bridging to bring the sacrum back into alignment. And so you would do the exact same thing on the other side, but the opposite, or a little slightly different variation, is to just keep this knee open and draw this leg in. So this is what we do in class a lot, and this is more of those deep external rotators. And you can do that same little rocking motion a little bit with this one as well. And after a few times, you'll just hold and stretch. So the idea is that you move and then you stretch, and then you move and then you stretch. So we're trying to gently encourage these tight, overtaxed muscles to release so that we can move with more effortless grace through our everyday lives.